Maybe I should have shared that with my family, but
Were you upset then, like that this was like, I don't know, like on TV?
I wasn't upset it was on TV. If anything, I was left without a voice as far as the publications and what they were saying or talking about, or even how, like you said, like, you saw all the stuff, but what did you have to say? Well, no one asked.
Really? That's so shocking to me. I mean, like, I understand why it was on Summer House, and I mean, I understand, I agree. Like, it's something we should be talking about, right? So
Yeah.
I'm not taking anything away from Lindsay or
No,
the
absolutely not.
magazines. I would
Never.
just think they would want to hear from you because it was a loss as well for you.
You would think.
So that must have not been fun.
Once again, I take things pretty well as I deal with life in general. Like bigger things are need to be taken care of and need to be addressed. So
Totally.
this right here is literally kind of like okay, well, if that's what you want to do and this is the way you want to take it, like, all right, you have her side of everything. Like, I'm not gonna cause a ruckus and throw my hands up like, what about me? Like I don't.
Really.
It's not my part, not my place.
Bef-
Maybe it is my place, but not my part to do that kind of like.
See, that's respectful of you. Before we move on, because we are going to move on, is there anything else? Because now there is a microphone in front of you on this subject. Like, is there anything else you want to say on this?
I think we covered it pretty well.
Okay.
And if
Well,
they
I
wanted to
mean,
reach out and they wanted to say something or ask me about something, they could have done that. But at the same time, I'm very happy with life at the moment. So
okay. I just find it. I mean, that was like when I knew we were seeing that. It's like the first question is like, how are you? I'm sorry to hear about this, even though it was early on. Just so
yeah, no, I appreciate it.
that's all. Are you watching this season of Summer House, season 6? Like, I mean, are you watching every week with the rest of us?
I'm keeping up, but I'm not all the way caught up.
So, what do you think of this season?
It's good. It's good. It's a good season.
Okay, so listen, some of these people.
Yeah.
So here you are. I'd like to get your opinions. I mean, I have my own opinions on these matters. So let's just start once again with Kyle and Amanda. We're watching this season. Like, what do you like? I mean, yes, they are now married in real
Yes.
life.
Yes. Yes.
What do you think of this? Like, we've seen some ups and downs. We have Kyle saying at one point that they have absolutely nothing in common except Loverboy. I don't know if you're up to that part yet. That happened. So
Well,
what do you think of Kyle and Amanda?
I think some of their arguments are going to be polarized to a sense where that's what you're always going to see a lot of the time. But in the long scheme of things, like they're so great together, and when I see them together, like it's always just a smile and like loving eyes. So even though they have these moments, I think that's good for any relationship to have these moments and go through these struggles and like have these little ups and quirky downs. So it only builds your,
You
bond.
think they're a good couple, in other words?
I do think so. Yeah.
Because they listen, especially this season, they're coming under so much criticism.
I know they are, and that's not easy, especially for it to be like the weight of the world to be on top of the scenario as well.
With
Like
cameras in front of you.
yeah, it's not easy.
It's hard. Although I have to say, when I had Kyle and Amanda on the show, Kyle actually said he thinks like it actually helps the relationship, which I could see that they're both there, that they're both going through this, that they're both on TV and subject to the same scrutiny. Like I get it.
Yeah, no, it makes a big difference.
What do you think of Paige? Now, you were in the house when Paige met Andrea, and that was a thing, and we went into the summer with Paige and Andrea. Now the whole world knows that Paige is not with Andrea. I think Andrea realizes that Paige is not with Andrea at this point. So, like, what do you think, of this whole, what do you think of Paige and Andrea and Craig, and where do you stand on this?
I look at it from the, viewpoint that when we were in Stowe, that was a very close encounter of like together for such a long period of time, like doing a lot of things together. So for them to get the attraction and have a good time, saw it. Did I think anything was going to happen like back in the city? I didn't really get those vibes. Did I see her and Craig like pulling together? Absolutely not. Didn't see it coming. But then when I saw it, I was like, huh. Okay. let me sit back. And so I gave it like a couple months, and I started to see some photos, and I reached out, and I was like, congratulations, and
You didn't see, so you didn't see on, like, you're not shocked about Andrea and Paige. Like, you were just like, this isn't going to last in the city. That's what I mean.
yeah, I didn't think that. Well, I knew that he was vested, like he was going to try and make it work. I wasn't sure like to what degree, but
You weren't sure he'd be crying on Summer House in season 6 about lots of things.
there's a lot. There's a lot going on. I'm sure in his mind is whether it's going to work or not going to work, and what could work.
And no shade to Andrea. I'm all about a man that cries. So go ahead.
Oh
and
no!
cry.
Hey, wear your heart on your sleeve. Let it out.
Keep
Everybody
crying.
needs a good
You can
cry.
cry on my shoulder, whatever. Like,
I mean, he told me like the scenario, and obviously a while back, and I was like, good for you. Like, I'm glad. Hey, get it out. And he's like, I don't know. And I was like, it's all good.
Do you know his girlfriend?
I don't.
His new girlfriend.
We've spoken of her, but I have never met her.
Really? I mean, and I think so. Right. So that's going well. And
yeah, we were actually supposed to grab lunch today, but I'm here. How about that?
You could have brought Andrea. You could have brought her.
I should have.
Next
we were gonna do some Fogo de Chao, but
next
time.
Good.
Yeah.
Next time you could bring them all.
Oh, maybe I will.
Oh, so you're as shocked as I mean, listen, a lot of people I think are shocked at like Craig and Paige, and that maybe they're still together at this point. Like Craig is notoriously single from Southern Charm. We all know this. I mean, we've watched many seasons.
Well, from their photos and the, their posts, it seems like they're doing great. And they're making the trips back and forth to see each other, and I'm very curious to see where it goes.
Why do you think it? I could kind of see this possibly work. Like, what do you think it is about them that's working thus far?
I just see their hustle like in like the same direction. Like they're both so like talented, one, and driven in their passions, two. Three, like they're gonna like stop at nothing to make sure like they're gonna get theirs. So whether it's Paige in fashion and her doing her thing, and him with his pillows and the podcast and sewing down south, like they are so driven in both of their lanes.
It's like a limited period sometimes where you can, like, not in a bad way, capitalize on this platform. And right, I think they both get that this could be gone, and so let's
I mean, there's that, but I think that they push themselves to be their best self. Like,
that's true.
and they're seeing what they could both do better and do to a higher degree.
I take a cynical negative slant here, and you take a positive. No, they're just hardworking people.
Yeah.
I didn't mean, I'm just like, get yours while you can, and like, not in a bad way. It's
not
like,
that is a bad thing either. You got to.
Like, that's a great platform. Yes. What about, I mean, right, I think it's opposites and it could work. What about, what about Lindsay and Carl? I mean, did you know that this was